They asked me to do the Jeff Ross roast of the year. They said I couldn't do anything political, so I said I didn't want to do the show, but I still wanted to do my own jokes. This is what I would have done. 2024 was off to a rocky start because just by being 24, it was too old to date Leonardo DiCaprio. That's why he died in Titanic. He realized freezing to death would be better than watching Rose age. I'm not worried if these jokes don't do well. If I bomb, I'll just say it's self-defense. No, but seriously, if you have to keep convincing people it's not a genocide, well, it's like Liberace saying he's not gay. If you want us to believe it, then you're going to have to stop having sex with men and dressing like a chandelier. It's just like that, except war crimes. Because I'm pro-Palestine, people think I'm anti-Semitic, which, not with this hair. Be nice to our Jewish brothers and sisters, especially if you think they're me. Somehow Jeff looks less Jewish than I do, which is crazy because his uncircumcised penis is sitting there right on his neck. I think that would have been fun to do. It's less fun when Jeff's not here, but Drake had such a terrible year this year that Diddy feels bad for him. And Diddy feels a lot right now since he doesn't have access to all that baby oil. Little surprised that freak-offs are Diddy's parties and not what Trump calls transitioning. I think that one would have gotten some groans, but it's pretty. I like it. Kendrick had quite the year. It's crazy that some Drake fans are like, no, Drake won. And that's like if you watch My Girl and think Macaulay Culkin beat the bees. I also think that is the most white version woman of a Kendrick Drake joke that you could possibly do, is to make it an analogy to My Girl. The ghost of Joe Biden had quite the year. It says a lot when Trump looks healthier than you do. And Trump looks like a drag queen who melted. Biden didn't win the election this year, but he also didn't lose it. The one thing Biden can't say is that he lost to Trump. There's got to be part of him that's happy Kamala lost. Not all of them, just the part that's still alive. By the way, you think the one thing Biden can't say is the N-word, but he definitely thinks he can. Should he? No. Does he? Well, let's just say I doubt he calls her vice president anymore. Kamala losing to Trump, it's embarrassing. It's like if you were a break dancer and you lost to that Australian lady. Oh, you have a law degree? Well, I can hop like a bunny. I think the person who has to be happiest Kamala lost is not Trump. It's not MAGA. It's not racist. It's not the majority of men or even the majority of America. I think the person most happy that Kamala lost has to be Hillary Clinton. A real, phew, not just me moment. Not that I think Hillary is happy. I think for Hillary to actually be happy, there'd have to be a bunch of people dead. So yeah, I guess she would have made a good president. Obviously, some of the biggest news of the year is that Trump was reelected, but also that he got shot. Says a lot about a person when even a bullet's like, ew, gross, do I have to hit him or can I just touch his ear? Trump has been picking members for his cabinet, and whatever you think about their qualifications, they all do seem like people who, when you come home from a long day, you would find waiting for you in a cabinet. I really like that one. That's maybe my favorite one. This year was a big year for the little guy. And by little guy, I mean all these billionaires' penises. And don't worry, sure, they're going to make a lot of money, but it's all going to trickle down. And that's all you needed to support your whole family, a trickle. You know when someone comes on your stomach and a little trickles down your side? The economy will be just like that, except somehow worse. And who knows what really even happened this year? It all depends on where you get your news. Mainstream media, podcasts, TikTok, your friend who read the headline of an article. Are people eating pets? Did JD Vance fuck a mattress? Did the WNBA become popular? One of those very unlikely stories is actually true. And luckily for JD's mattress, it's not that one. There's not a single reliable news source anymore. Everyone traded facts for ratings. And I'm a woman. I get it. You can be honest and have a good personality, but it's never going to beat big tits. Personality doesn't bounce. And if all of a sudden they decided to be honest, we're past the point of believing them. You know, Pamela Anderson can all of a sudden stop wearing makeup, but it won't matter because no one was ever looking at her face. She'd be like, my eyes are, and we'd be like, who cares? I'm looking at your boobs. I think the overall takeaway from 2024 is that things are terrible. But who's to blame is where we differ. Is it immigrants? Is it trans? Is it guns? Is it pronouns? Is it eggs? Is it the right? Is it the left? Is it Meghan Markle? Is it gays? Is it lesbians? All right. Of course, it's not lesbians. And yes, it's always a little bit the gays. Our real problem isn't our differences in opinion. We're not each other's nemesis. We're all just people trying to figure out how everyone's clothes stayed so white at those Diddy parties. I can't wear white and drink coffee, let alone have it poured into my butthole. I don't know if that happened at those parties, but I also don't know it didn't happen. Our real problem is not each other. It's the people in power and the systems they keep in place. All I'm saying is Luigi can't beat Bowser if he's busy fighting Mario. So here's to 2024. May you and all those promos for Wicked finally be over.